So what I want to talk about today is one of my favorite soft tissue mobilization tools. There's a lot of great ways to use this, and there's a lot of great reasons why this is a fantastic tool. So what I'm talking about is a lacrosse ball. One of the best things about this is they're very inexpensive. You can get them online for a couple dollars a piece. A lot of people have them around the house for dog toys or if they play lacrosse. So oftentimes you can find them pretty easily without a lot of time or money investment. That's a really good thing. I like that about these mobility tools. So when we look at the lacrosse ball, because of its size and shape, that's one of the best reasons that it can be used for so many different body parts and ways to manipulate your soft tissue. And so I'm going to go over a couple of my favorites, and again, there's a lot more beyond what I'm going to show you here. And so I'm going to specifically focus on kind of the back and upper body, shoulder area, because that's what I tend to use this often for sore, achy muscles. Maybe I slept on my back wrong, or my shoulder a little bit twisted up, and you wake up and your shoulder and neck are a little sore. So that's usually what I'll first address, at the beginning of the day or when I'm first using this tool. So what I'll do is I'll take my lacrosse ball and I'll come up to a wall, put the lacrosse ball against the wall between my body and the wall there, and then I'm gonna basically hold it up with my body weight. And then what I tell people is I try to think about search and destroy. So what I mean by that is I'm searching for uncomfortable areas. Oh, there's one right there. And then once I find it, then I'm gonna work on that area. So once I find a spot, like I just found for myself, you basically have three options, or three options that I'm gonna talk about here today. So option number one, maintain pressure on that spot, and then just manipulate your breathing. So nice big inhalation, nice relaxed exhalation. Continue to do that big inhalation. That's going to expand your rib cage, create some thoracic excursion, get some more movement up in your rib cage area. There's a bunch of muscles that attach through there, and oftentimes those things can get irritated, and so getting some pressure with some movement really helps to relieve that. So that's option one. Option two is now create a little bit of movement yourself. So up and down, side to side, diagonal, circles, triangles, squares, whatever you want to do. It doesn't really matter, but just getting pressure changes and angle changes of that pressure that you're putting on it will also, you'll find it's another really good option to get into that tissue. Option three now is probably my favorite one, especially for these muscles that are kind of on the inside of the shoulder blade area. You'll find that these are really helpful. They can also be helpful for other body parts and areas, but I'm going to talk about, again, just this specifically for this video. So what we're going to do, we're going to put it back at that spot. Again, find that spot that's uncomfortable. And now, since it's on my left shoulder, I'm going to support my left arm with my right, kind of let it go relax. And then I'm going to move my arm gently through different ranges of motion. And this is going to help to, we call it like a pin and stretch technique. So it's going to essentially pin the muscle down with that lacrosse ball, and then I'm stretching that muscle across that point, and it can be uncomfortable. And so do your best to take it where you feel the discomfort, but not so much where you're having to back off or it's bringing you to tears or anything like that. We want to work into this discomfort, but not so much where we're causing significant pain or anything that's making you really stop it. So, and then as far as duration goes, I really shoot for about 30 seconds to 3, 4, 5 minutes sometimes if I have a lot of time to spend to do this. And then again, that same technique can be applied for other areas of the body. And so one of the best tools, again, pick them up for a couple dollars. I keep one in my travel bag at all times. I always have one in my backpack. I mean, basically anywhere I go, I have a lacrosse ball, because you never know when you have a few minutes of downtime, and you can always use some more soft tissue work and things of getting in these muscles, especially if you spend a lot of time doing strength training or other things that are going to challenge and break down these muscles potentially. And so we want to pair that with lots of recovery and mobility work. So I hope that's helpful. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments and I'll do my best to address them. Thank you.